Commentary highlights of the tennis tournament finals played in the Eastbourne Open tournament, and the first of the two finals for commentary highlights, Maya Joint v Alexandra Ela. First set. On serve, Alexandra Ela serving 30-40 and break for Maya Joint. Centre of the box serve, Maya Joint with a backhand return to the right, top of the net and over the net, and then Alexandra Ela a shot to left and Maya Joint backhand struck to the right, and then Alexandra Ela forehand return, the forehand to right from Maya Joint, and Alexandra Ela returns to a shot to the left, and Maya Joint backhand slice to the centre, backhand Ela, forehand joint, backhand Ela, forehand joint, Alexandra Ela forehand to the right, and Maya Joint with forehand return to left, and Alexandra Ela backhand struck to the left, and Maya Joint backhand return, and backhand Alexandra Ela to the right, and Maya Joint forehand to the left, and then backhand to backhand, and Maya Joint's backhand to the right with a bit on it, and Alexandra Ela with a forehand return after that just hits the net, and Maya Joint with a break in the first set. So, on serve, first set, Alexandra Ela serving, but 30-40, and set point for Maya Joint. And Alexandra Ela with a central serve, Maya Joint forehand return, central Bennett, Alexandra Ela backhand, Maya Joint strikes a forehand to the right, bit on Alexandra Ela, a forehand return, just out, game and first set, Maya Joint 6-4. So, second set, Maya Joint serving the first game of the second set, but break point Alexandra Ela. Maya Joint with central serve, Alexandra Ela backhand return bit on it, and Maya Joint with forehand bit on it, and forehand to the left from Alexandra Ela. Maya Joint backhand to right, and then Alexandra Ela strikes a forehand to the right with a bit on it, and it's in, and it's a break for Alexandra Ela in the second set. So, two breaks, Alexandra Ela in the second set. Maya Joint serving, but love 40 and 3 set points for Alexandra Ela. And Maya Joint with a wide serve and Alexandra Ela forehand return. And then left just out, game and second. Okay. And the match is level at one set all, game and second set, Alexandra. And the match is level at one set all. So one set all for this one. So one set all for this one, game and second set. Alexandra Ela 6-1. So 2-all on serve in the third set, but it's love 40 and 3 break points for Maya Joint. Alexander Ela serving. Alexander Ela, central serve, Maya Joint, forehand return. A bit angled to the right and struck and in. And Alexander and Maya Joint rather with a break in the third set. 4-all on serve in the third set. Alexander Ela serving 40-30, and Alexander Ela with a serve. Essentially, my joint forehand returns to right, and Alexander Ela forehand to left, and my joint backhand to the right, and Alexander Ela forehand. My joint strikes backhand to left for Bennett. Alexander Ela backhand return, forehand drop shot to left from Maya joint, and it's a winner. So tie break in the third set of this one. 1-all in the tie break. Maya joint serving this point. Maya joint with a serve centre to wide. Alexander Ela backhand return centre, and Maya joint forehand to left for a bit on it, and Alexander Ela strikes a forehand to right bit on it. Maya joint forehand returns left, and Alexander Ela backhand drop shots to right there, but then Maya joint onto it, hits a forehand, strikes onto the right bit on it, and Alexander Ela forehand lob return, and it's in, and Maya joint backhand return. Alexander Ela further forward strikes a backhand to left, and Maya joint backhand returns left. Alexander Ela net with a backhand drop volley to the centre. Maya joint onto it with a forehand slice shot to the right, and it's a winner. Maya joint serving this point. 5 for Alexander Ela in the tiebreak. Maya joint serving this point. Maya joint with a central box serve. Alexander Ela forehand return to the right, and Maya joint backhand to the centre. And Alexander Ela forehand slice central bit on it, and Maya joint forehand to left, and Alexander Ela forehand centre, and Maya joint backhand to the right, and Alexander Ela backhand to the centre. And Maya joint strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on it, and Alexander Ela returns, and it's just over there, but then Maya joint up with an overhead smash to the right, and Alexander Ela's returned it and in. And Maya joint with backhand, and Alexander Ela then with backhand just hits the net. So 5-all in the tie break in the third set. Alexander Ela serving. 6-5 Alexander Ela serving, and with match point to potentially win the tournament. Alexander Ela with a central box serve, Maya joint backhand return, and Alexander Ela forehand bit tight, and Maya joint forehand return. Alexander Ela backhand to left, and Maya joint forehand to left, and Alexander Ela forehand to left, and Maya joint forehand to centre. Alexander Ela backhand centre, backhand to backhand. Alexander Ela forehand to the right, and Maya joint backhand return to left, and Alexander Ela forehand to the right, and then Maya joint strikes a backhand to the right with a bit on it, and it's a winner to save match point. Maya joint serving and with a match point. Maya joint with a central box serve. Alexander Ela strikes a forehand return. Maya joint. Alexander Ela then strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it, and it's a winner to save match point. Alexander Ela 8-7 and with match point. Alexander Ela with a central serve. Maya joint backhand return to the right, and Alexander Ela strikes forehand to the left with a bit on it. Maya joint with backhand slice return, and then Alexander Ela a bit further forward strikes forehand to the right, a bit on it. Maya joint with forehand return centre a bit on it, and then forehand to forehand, and then Alexander Ela forehand return, and then further forward. Maya joint strikes a backhand to the right, and it's a winner to save match point. 9-8 Alexander Ela in the tie break. Maya joint serving this point. Maya joint with a centre box serve. Alexander Ela forehand return centre. Maya joint forehand to the right, and Alexander Ela forehand to left with a bit on it. Maya joint backhand to the centre, and Alexander Ela forehand to the right, bit on it. Maya joint forehand to the left, and Alexander Ela backhand to the right, and Maya joint forehand to the left, and Alexander Ela backhand to centre, and then forehand to forehand, and Alexander Ela's forehand to the right struck with a bit on it, but just out. So Maya joint saves match point. 11-10 Maya joint in the tie break, and with match point. Maya joint with a centre wide serve. Alexander Ela turns and then further forward. Maya joint strikes a backhand to the left, and it's a winner. Game, set, and match. Maya joint by 2-1, 6-4, 1-6, 7-6, and it's Maya joint that wins this final and wins the Eastbourne Open tournament. So Maya Joint winning one of the finals of the Eastbourne tournament. The other final played of the Eastbourne Open. So first game of the match, breakpoint Jensen Brooksby, Taylor Fritz serving, and Taylor Fritz with a serve to centre to wide with a bit of kick, and Jensen Brooksby with backhand turn centre, and Taylor Fritz further forward, forehand centre, and then backhand to backhand, and then Jensen Brooksby with backhand to right, Taylor Fritz backhand turn, backhand Jensen Brooksby, and then forehand to forehand, and then Taylor Fritz backhand to left, and Jensen Brooksby with backhand drop shots left, and Taylor Fritz onto it, forehand side shots left with a bit on it, and it's in to save break point. So on serve in the first set, Jensen Brooksby serving, and Jensen Brooksby with a serve centre right, Taylor Fritz forehand side return, forehand to forehand, and Jensen Brooksby with forehand to right. Taylor Fritz strikes the forehand to the right, and then backhand to backhand, and then Jensen Brooksby with a bit of a short angled forehand to the right, and then Taylor Fritz forehand drop shot returns left, and Jensen Brooksby onto it with forehand drop shot to the right, and it's a winner. So 1-1 on serve in the first set, 30-15, and Taylor Fritz serving, and Taylor Fritz with a central serve, and Jensen Brooksby with forehand return central build. Taylor Fritz returns, and Jensen Brooksby with a shot, and forehand Taylor Fritz, then backhand to backhand, and then Jensen Brooksby with a forehand to right belt, and Taylor Fritz strikes forehand to right belt. Jensen Brooksby returns it, and just out. 40-15, Taylor Fritz central serve, and then backhand to backhand. And then Jensen Brooksby with forehand slice down, Taylor Fritz further forward with forehand slice to the right. And then to the net, Taylor Fritz, and Jensen Brooksby returns a backhand bit on it, and Taylor Fritz a backhand volley net after that out. After a bit on the backhand return from Jensen Brooksby. On serve in the first set, a forehand return winner ace off a 2-2 on serve in the first set. Taylor Fritz serving, love 30. And Taylor Fritz with a central serve bound, Jensen Brooksby backhand turn central bit on it, and forehand to forehand, and then Taylor Fritz strikes forehand to right bound, Jensen Brooksby forehand slice turn, Taylor Fritz further forward, forehand to the right, and Jensen Brooksby forehand left, and Taylor Fritz forehand centre, and then Jensen Brooksby strikes forehand left bound, Taylor Fritz turns and further forward, Jensen Brooksby with a backhand to left, and then Taylor Fritz with forehand return out. Breakpoint Jensen Brooksby, 30-40, Taylor Fritz on serve on Jensen Brooksby forehand turn to right bit on it, then backhand to backhand, and then Taylor Fritz backhand to centre bit on it, Jensen Brooksby backhand to right, Taylor Fritz backhand to left, and Jensen Brooksby backhand to right, Taylor Fritz backhand to right, and Jensen Brooksby forehand to right, and then backhand to backhand, and then Taylor Fritz backhand to the right with bit on it, Jensen Brooksby forehand to left, Taylor Fritz forehand to the right, and then Jensen Brooksby with forehand to the right, struck with a bit on it, and a winner, and Jensen Brooksby with a break in the first set. So Jensen Brooksby serving with a break in the first set. Love 30, Jensen Brooksby with wide serve, Taylor Fritz forehand return centre, and Jensen Brooksby strikes the backhand to left bit on him, and Jensen Brooksby to the net, and Taylor Fritz with backhand return, and Jensen Brooksby in net with a forehand drop volley to the right, and it's a winner. 30-40, Jensen Brooksby with a serve, and Taylor Fritz backhand turn, backhand to backhand, and then Taylor Fritz forehand side turn to the right, so net, and further forward, Jensen Brooksby strikes a backhand to right and bit on it, but just out. So on serve in the first set. So 15-30, Jensen Brooksby serving, and Jensen Brooksby with a centre serve, Taylor Fritz with forehand block return, and backhand to backhand. And then Jensen Brooksby forehand to the right, and Taylor Fritz backhand serve, Jensen Brooksby backhand to the right, and Taylor Fritz backhand serve, Jensen Brooksby with backhand to the right, and Taylor Fritz with backhand to the right bit on it, Jensen Brooksby with forehand return left, and Taylor Fritz. Jensen Brooksby forehand, backhand to backhand, and Taylor Fritz forehand to right. Jensen Brooksby strikes a forehand to left for a bit on it, and Taylor Fritz returns, but just out. So on serve in the first set, Jensen Brooksby serving, 40 love, and Jensen Brooksby with a centre box serve, and then backhand to backhand, and Taylor Fritz strikes a forehand to right bit on it. Jensen Brooksby backhand turn, backhand to backhand. Then Jensen Brooksby forehand to right, and Taylor Fritz forehand drop shots right. Jensen Brooksby onto it with backhand shot. Jensen Brooksby in it, and Taylor Fritz strikes a forehand to the right. Maybe just in. So Taylor Fritz serving 5-all on serve in the first set, 15-all. And Taylor Fritz with a serve. Jensen Brooksby returns and backhand to backhand. Then Taylor Fritz forehand strikes to left with Bennett. Jensen Brooksby forehand returns to right. And then Taylor Fritz strikes a forehand to the left with a bit on it, and it's a winner. So Jensen Brooksby serving, still on serve in the first set, and Jensen Brooksby with a serve. Taylor Fritz turns and Jensen Brooksby first ball strikes one try belt and internet, but then Taylor Fritz strikes return belt. Jensen Brooksby the drop volley to the right, and it's a winner. 15 off. Jensen Brooksby centre of the box serve, and Taylor Fritz one block turn. Jensen Brooksby further forward with a backhand shot to left of the internet, and then Taylor Fritz forehand turn. Jensen Brooksby the volley, and Taylor Fritz with a forehand lob to left a bit on it, and it's in. Jensen Brooksby returns it, but just hits the net. 15-0. Jensen Brooksby the wide serve, forehand, and then Taylor Fritz backhand returns left, and then Jensen Brooksby backhand right, and Taylor Fritz strikes the backhand to right bit on it, then forehand to forehand, and then Jensen Brooksby forehand left, and Taylor Fritz strikes a forehand left bit on it. Jensen Brooksby returns, and Taylor Fritz at net with a backhand drop volley to the right, and it's winner. 30-40 set point. Taylor Fritz, Jensen Brooksby with a serve. Taylor Fritz returns and further forward. Jensen Brooksby strikes a backhand to right and into net, and then Taylor Fritz backhand return. Jensen Brooksby backhand volley, and Taylor Fritz forehand return, but then at net, Jensen Brooksby with a forehand volley to the right, and it's a winner. Jensen Brooksby with centre wide serve. Taylor Fritz forehand return to left, and then backhand to backhand, and then Jensen Brooksby further forward with backhand strike right down. Taylor Fritz backhand turn bit on it, then forehand to forehand, and then Jensen Brooksby forehand to right, and Taylor Fritz backhand to left, and Jensen Brooksby backhand to right, and Taylor Fritz strikes a backhand to right bit on it, and then forehand to forehand, and Taylor Fritz strikes a bit of an angle forehand to the right bit on it, and it's a winner. Set point Taylor Fritz. Jensen Brooksby central serve bit on Taylor Fritz forehand block turn top of net and just over net, and then Jensen Brooksby with a forehand drop shot to the right, just hits the net. Game and first set, Taylor Fritz 7-5. So 1-all on serve. So 1-all on serve in the second set, and Taylor Fritz central serve bit on it. Jensen Brooksby with a block return, and Taylor Fritz further forward with no head smash left bit on it. Jensen Brooksby returns, and Taylor Fritz backhand volley net. Jensen Brooksby returns, Taylor Fritz volley, and Jensen Brooksby onto it with backhand shot to the right, and it's a winner. And then at the net, Jensen Brooksby with a drop volley to the right from just behind the net, and it's a winner. Break for Jensen Brooksby. Taylor Fritz will serve, and then Taylor Fritz further forward by net strikes one to the right. But Jensen Brooksby returns, and Taylor Fritz with quite a forehand volley net to the left, and it's a winner. Taylor Fritz will centre serve bit on it. Jensen Brooksby with a forehand block return, just as net, and Taylor Fritz, having saved break point, holds that service game. Jensen Brooksby serving 15-30. Jensen Brooksby with a serve, backhand to backhand, and then Taylor Fritz up the net strikes a forehand to the right with a bit on it, and it's a winner. 15-42 break points Taylor Fritz, and Jensen Brooksby wide serve. Taylor Fritz forehand return to the right, and Jensen Brooksby forehand to the centre just out, and Taylor Fritz with a break in the second set. So Taylor Fritz serving with a break in the second set. 30-love, and Taylor Fritz with a wide serve. Jensen Brooksby forehand returns right, then Taylor Fritz with a backhand return to the left, and it's a winner. 40-15. Taylor Fritz with a bit of a kick serve centre. Jensen Brooksby backhand return to the right, and Taylor Fritz backhand to the left. Behind Jensen Brooksby with a backhand return to the right, and Taylor Fritz backhand to the left. Jensen Brooksby backhand struck to the left with a bit on it, and it's a winner. And 3 break points for Taylor Fritz for maybe 2 breaks in the second set. Jensen Brooksby serving love 40. Jensen Brooksby with a centre wide serve, and then backhand to backhand, then Taylor Fritz backhand to the right, and then Jensen Brooksby with backhand drop shots right, but Taylor Fritz onto it, forehand to the left, and then Jensen Brooksby with a forehand passing shot to the right, and it's a winner. 15-40. Jensen Brooksby, central box serve, Taylor Fritz backhand 10 cents, and Jensen Brooksby with shots left, then backhand to backhand, and then Taylor Fritz with a backhand, and Jensen Brooksby by net with a backhand drop volley to the right, just hits the net. So 2 breaks for Taylor Fritz in the second set. So 30-all. Taylor Fritz serving with 2 breaks in the second set. 30-all. Taylor Fritz with a central serve, Jensen Brooksby will return, and Taylor Fritz further forward strikes a forehand to the left, and it's a winner. Match point for Taylor Fritz. Taylor Fritz for a central box serve, bit of kick on it. Jensen Brooksby back out and returns left, and Taylor Fritz strikes a forehand to the left. And then Jensen Brooksby forehand returns right, and then Taylor Fritz for answer, and Jensen Brooksby the forehand draw shot there, but then Taylor Fritz onto it with a backhand shot to the right, bit on it. And Jensen Brooksby return, but then Taylor Fritz with an overhead smash to the left, and it's a winner. Game, set, and match. Taylor Fritz by 2 sets to love, 7-5, 6-1, and Taylor Fritz wins the Eastbourne Open tournament.